For those that don't know me, my name is Dawn. I'm a personal wellness coach. Personally, just by changing up my eating habits, I've lost 91 pounds, really changed my lifestyle and my life. And now I'm giving back. I'm the mother of 2 teenage boys, and the energy that I got from losing my weight really impacted how I'm able to be with my family. And now I want to give that back to everyone else, as many people as are willing to receive the gift. So today I'm going to talk 7 ways that you can add sweetness to your life without adding processed sugar. First one is just to use naturally sweet foods, such as vegetables, fruits, like sweet peas, sweet corn, peaches, melons. Add that to your fruit or to your foods. Eat them. Have that for dessert. That's a yummy dessert. The second way is to add dates or figs. Those are so sweet, and it's all natural sugar, natural sweetness straight there with all the nutrients attached. Plus it adds fiber, which you don't get from the processed sugars. Another one, this one's crazy. Cinnamon. If you taste cinnamon by itself, it's not necessarily so sweet, but anything you add it to, it makes it sweeter. I love cinnamon. Plus it boosts your metabolism and has its own health results, or health benefits. Ripe tomatoes. Those are super sweet. If you can get a really ripe tomato, especially if it's vine ripened, that's going to add a lot of sweetness. Bananas. Bananas are one of my favorite things. If you take a banana, peel it, freeze it, and then you put it in your food processor, you have banana ice cream right there. It's that consistency of ice cream. And then you can add other things to it. I have one friend that every night, her and her husband have banana ice cream. And they add different things to it. Sometimes they add sugar-free chocolate chips to it, or carob chips, or they'll add dried fruit to it. They'll add nuts to it. It just kind of depends on what they're craving that night. But yeah, bananas are awesome. You can also just mash them up and add them to things. They're really great for baking and adding sweetness. My husband adds them to his pancakes for the sweetness. It's pretty awesome. And his pancakes are so good, we don't even need syrup. We just eat them how they are. You can add fresh fruit or plain fruit or frozen fruit to anything, to smoothies, to anything you want sweetened. Even plain Greek yogurt. That's one of my favorite treats. I like to take, I don't do a lot of dairy, but if I'm going to do, this is one of my favorites. I'll take frozen berries, I'll thaw them, and then they get all juicy, and then I'll mix that into my plain Greek yogurt, and it's like having a fruit at the bottom without all the added sugar. It's really yummy. But you can also use dried fruit. Careful with dried fruit if you're eating it just dried, because you're going to eat a lot more of it, so you can get a lot more sugar and a lot more calories. Thank you, ConquerFit. Welcome to the scope. But you can also take that dried fruit and you can soak it so that it fluffs back up. It's not going to come back to full, but soak it for a while and then puree it. And then you have this great sweetening puree that you can add to anything that you want sweetened. It's really good. And you can change the flavors up that way. So like if you want something berry flavored, you can use dried berries. If you wanted something peachy, use some dried peaches. But watch your dried fruit. Try to get dried fruit that doesn't have added sugar. That's some fruits that can be really hard, like cranberries. But some berries you can get. A lot of them you can get. Watch for the sulfur, which it's added as a preservative, but it's really not necessarily real good for you. So if you can get the dried fruits that don't have all the added stuff to it, that it's just the dried fruit, that is even better. Sorry, garbage truck just went by. I hope that wasn't too loud. So really, that's the seven ideas I have. So I'm just going to recap them real quick. 1, just have naturally sweetened foods that you're using, like the fruits and the veggies, sweet peas, sweet corn, peaches, melons. Those are amazing in a salad. Add dates or figs, also amazing in a salad, or anything else that you want to add it into. Thank you for sharing and inviting followers. Add cinnamon. Cinnamon, it has its own amazing health benefits, but it adds sweetness too. Hey, welcome, Buzz Booster. And Live Life. Thank you. If you guys could share where you're at and maybe put your name so I know what to call you. Ripe tomatoes are great. Welcome, PJ. And one of my favorites is the bananas. Whether you're mashing them and adding them to things, slicing them and adding them to things, peeling them and freezing them, and then pureeing them. I love adding a frozen banana to my shake. Gives it a really good consistency, a thick, creamy consistency, and adds sweetness, and I don't have to add as much ice because I have the frozen banana. Any frozen fruit can do that if you're adding it to a smoothie. You don't need to add as much ice because you have that. Number 6 was adding fresh or frozen fruit to your plain Greek yogurt or to anything else. You know, if you thaw that frozen fruit, then you have the juices. If you have fresh fruit, maybe mash it up a little bit, like some fresh strawberries, mash them up a little bit, releases the juices, and then mix them into your plain Greek yogurt or whatever you're wanting to add them into. And then dried fruit, just soak it, then puree it, and you have a really nice sweet thing that you can add in, almost like honey or jam or anything without all the added sugar. Personally, our family, we've added the processed sugars. Well, most of us have, because it really isn't good for you. You can get the sugars that your body needs from your foods. So you really don't need the processed sugars. And if you get it from your foods, that you have the added benefit of all of the fiber and all of the nutrients that are in those foods. So that just gives you even more nutrition, makes your body happy, makes your taste buds happy, and that's all. That's what we really need. That's what we're craving. If you're having a sweet craving, those are some great ways to take care of it. And ways to even to cook and prepare foods using those things instead. Like I said earlier, my husband uses it in his pancakes. He grinds his own grains, and it depends on what we have, as like anywhere from 3 grains to 7 or 8 grains in it, that he grinds it. And for the sweetness, he adds mashed banana, and then we don't even need syrup on them. They're just amazing on their own. So if you guys got value out of this, I'd love it if you share it. People can come on and the rebroadcast. Hello, Liz. Welcome to the broadcast. If you could comment, I do save this on catch.me. So anyone that comments, it's going to show you up there, and then I can tweet out to you and acknowledge you for being on. Thank you for being on, and connect. If you follow me, that would be great. Then you know when I'm rebroadcasting. I do one of these nutrition tips every morning. And my goal is just to help the world be a healthier place, replacing out some of the junk food, the crap food, with healthier food, real foods, whole foods. So anyone have any comments or questions? I'd love to hear them and love to answer them. I have a couple more minutes before I have to head out. If not, those that have commented, I will reach out to you on Twitter. And thank you for coming on. Everyone else, thank you for coming on and joining us. I hope you got value. Thank you for the hearts, those that gave me hearts. And I hope you guys all have an absolutely amazing day, whatever time it is there, day, evening, it's morning here. So I will see you.